So this is Saturday, April 14th. Caught these bees 2 nights ago on Thursday the 12th in the evening, and yesterday, Friday, it rained most of the day. This morning I was actually kind of worried just because there was no activity, but as we can see now, we've got activity. Right now I think they're just kind of warming up and going out on orientation flights to figure out where everything is. It looks like they're doing pretty good. Over here I have an old container of honey that was crystallized, so I cut the top off and inverted it, and I sanded it so that they have something to grab onto, so they can go down in there and get a little something to eat to nourish them. At first I thought they were just kind of meandering about, but I did see a couple that came in with pollen on them, so that's good. That means they're going out and doing a little bit of foraging. So hopefully this is going to be their new home. And I'm resisting opening it up and taking a look inside, just because they need a little privacy for a good couple weeks. So that's going to be the hardest part, is waiting until I can do that first hive inspection. Okay, so still April 14th. They've got some interesting stuff going on here. But it did. Oh, there he is. Looks like they have begun to make this their home and cleaning out some of the dead bees. And here you can see this big guy here. That's a dead drone. So they are deciding to make this place their own, I think. Very cool. Okay, so here's that drone that I found that was dead in there. You can see it's a lot larger than the regular worker bees. This is a male bee. It's the one who mates with the queen, and I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but his eyes take up the majority of his head. I'd say probably like 75% or more of his head is taken up with his eyes. Got big and fuzzy. Doesn't have a stinger. And I didn't realize that they took drones with them when they swarmed, unless this is maybe somebody who was coming to check out the queen or something. But definitely cool. Okay, so I wanted to kind of give you an idea what the garden looks like for the bees. This is our side yard, which is overgrown with weeds right now because I've had a lot of rain, and we're just going into spring. So I haven't really had a chance to come through and clear it out. We've got some nice flowers over here. I don't know what type they are exactly. I got some strawberry plants here. More weeds. And I think these are called Magdavilla. It's a vine that I have running all the way down the side here. Not tremendously in flower right now, but has some on it. I have some pineapple sage here, which usually gets a pretty good amount of flowers on it. Got a nice ravine in the back that gets various wildflowers, pine trees for pollen, and then we've got the neighbors here have some nice, very pretty gardens with lots of flowers in them. And here's the vegetable garden. We've got a bit of hardware cloth making a little cage here. We had a problem with the squirrels eating spinach and the cilantro. Garlic and onions are doing really well. Here's the tomato plants, which haven't been growing tremendously well. Neither have the bell peppers, and neither have these squash that we have here. We do have one little squash blossom. Cucumbers were eaten by the by our squirrel, as well as the little head of broccoli and that little bit of plant there. We've got plenty of onion here. This is the grapevine that I have, which should get some small blossoms on it. And here we have the horse trough, which uses a little pond and has water lilies, so it just has some flowers. Also has the lily pads, just so the bees can have something to land on to get a drink. Also the sides are pretty crusty, and so the bees can land on that. You can actually see there's a bee right here. She was drowning earlier, so I pushed her over to one of the lily pads. And here's the hive with the entrance is south facing, so that way it warms up first, warms up the hive. You can see there's a line of chemical dust that's dryone. It's not a correct application for the way it's supposed to be used, but I needed something that I could put down to deter the ants that wouldn't necessarily give off the chemical fume to affect the bees. And since all the bees were inside at the time, I was able to put that dust down, and hopefully that'll stick around and deter the ants for a while. And over here I have my other two. These are top bar hives, which are a little different. They're actually constructed wrong. I need to change them, but I've got one set up. The other one is upside down and empty right now. And you can see we've got a couple rat traps there to try and catch the squirrel, since he likes to go over and hang out over there. Over here we got more flowers. This one here, looks like these should be coming into bloom here pretty soon, so that should give the bees something else to eat. And then we have the fruit trees here. The peach is already in fruit. I might get a second blossom out of it. The plum should be blossoming soon. Apple tree's still bare, so that should be blossoming soon. The avocado tree has little blossoms on it that are open, so we should be able to go in and get some pollen there. And then we've got the loquat tree. That one has already fruited, and I don't think it's going to be blossoming until late in the year again, but that will provide more blooms for the bees. And that is the garden.